Kadosh Boker Tov, Shavua Tov. We're continuing with halachot of Nedilat Yadayim. There's a very interesting Seder Hayom brought down in the Mishnah Bra and Sif Katan Bet. He says, Katav Seder Hayom shelo yiga b'malbushav ad sheitol. Uvagmara lo mashmaken, says the Magen Avraham, which means that according to the Seder Hayom, you're not supposed to touch your clothing in the morning until you do Netilat Yadayim. You're not supposed to touch your clothing. Why? It's actually brought down. The reason why is because, the Minchat Aaron explains, because you don't want to put Ruach Ra'ah on your clothing. So in order not to put Ruach Ra'ah on your clothing, what you do is you do Netilat Yadayim, and now that you do Netilat Yadayim, now you're not going to have any Ruach Ra'ah on your clothing. There's no problem. So that's what the Seder Yom brings down. The Mishnah Berurah quotes the Magen Avraham by saying, but in the Gemara it's not mashma yet. But in the Gemara it's mashma that you would do, right? You would put on your clothing, you would touch your clothing even before the Netilat Yadayim. So the Kaf HaChaim says that even though, since according to the Talmud you're allowed to touch it, but the Mekubalim were very, very machminim, and therefore you have to be machmir. So therefore it comes out that since the Mekubalim are machminim, we have to be machminim. And he says because of that, even in the winter you shouldn't even put on your socks. It means even though you're freezing and you can't even put on your socks, right? Why? Because at the end of the day you have to do Netilat Yadayim beforehand. However, though the Ben Ish Chai says that you're allowed to do it, and the reason why is because he holds that the Ruach Ra'ah is not shoreh on kelim or begadim, only on a human being and on ma'achalim mashkim and on food and drinks. Meaning, according to the Ben Ish Chai, it doesn't go on utensils or on clothing. It only goes on the human being, and that's why we have to do Netilat Yadayim. Or that we're not supposed to touch food, because we know that if you touch food before doing Netilat Yadayim, it's a very big problem. So here, the Rav Ovadia Yosef, he actually says that there's actually a stira in the Ben Ish Chai. Meaning in the Ben Ish Chai in itself, if you pay attention, he says that you do have to be careful. But the Rav Ovadia says that in Lichot Olam, once the Ben Ish Chai saw it was so difficult to be machmir, in a Sefer Od Yosef Chai, he was chazar v'mekel. Which means he went back, he retracted, and he said, you know what, you could be lenient, you could touch your clothing. And then Rav Ovadia Yosef says that if you go to sleep, was he himself, after bringing all this down, he says, machmir tavo lav bracha, but he says, but if you go to sleep after chatzot, for sure you don't have to be machmir. Which means that here it comes out that there's going to be a very interesting thing. According to the Kabbalah, you shouldn't touch your clothing before Netilat Yadayim. If you go to sleep after chatzot, for sure there's no problem, you could touch your clothing. Now even with the Kabbalah, right, the Ben Ish Chai, he retracted, and he said that even though according to the Mekubalim it's a problem, he wanted to say technically you don't have to be machmir, you could touch your clothing. And the reason why is because the tum'ah is only going to be on a human being and on food and drink, and not on let's say the clothing or utensils. The last halakha is a very important halakha, which is basically that somebody that has to go to the washroom in the morning. So somebody goes to the washroom in the morning, what does he do? Right? He wakes up in the morning, and he goes to the washroom. What does he do? Netilat Yadayim. He goes to the washroom. He doesn't go to do Netilat Yadayim. He goes to the washroom without Netilat Yadayim. Then afterwards he does. When does he do the Netilat Yadayim? So the Mishnah Berurah is mashman sif katan daled, that even if you didn't need to do your necessities at all, you do Netilat Yadayim once, and then you will do Netilat Yadayim after trying to go to the washroom. You will do Netilat Yadayim a second time, and that's when you do the beracha. Right? However, even on that, everybody argues. What do I mean? Everybody, whether it's a Ish Matzliach, right, and others as well, right? They come and they argue. They say, no, if at the time that you didn't need to go to the washroom, for sure what you do is you do Netilat Yadayim and you make a bracha. Right? There's nothing what to talk about. If you didn't need to go to the washroom, do Netilat Yadayim, you do a bracha. What happens now if you do need to go to the washroom? Okay, what happens if you do need to go to the washroom? So here I'll bring you down the Ish Matzliach and then Rav Ovadia Yosef. The Ish Matzliach comes and he says, Im tzarich lektanim, right? Miyad bekumo mishinato yaseh tzrachav ve'achar kach yitol yadav. He says, if you only need to do number one, right? You only need to urinate. That doesn't take a long time. So therefore, it's better to what? To first wake up, you go to the washroom, you're going to urinate, and then you do the Netilat Yadayim of Shachrit. That's what the Rav Mazuz says. However, though, if it's going to be Gdolim, which means that you have to actually do your necessities, so therefore what happens is that there in that case you do Netilat Yadayim first, you go to the washroom, and then you will do Netilat Yadayim again the second time around and make the bracha a second time around. However, though, it's brought down over here, the Halakha Berurah brings down that the minhag of Rav Ovadia Yosef was only to do Netilat Yadayim once, which is after, right, going to the washroom. And he says, and then he used to make the beracha. And he says the reason why is because since they say that the beracha is only shayach during the time of the netilah and not afterwards, it comes out that if you're going to wash your hands the first time around, so then you cannot make a beracha on the second time around. And because you already finished the mitzvah the first time around. So because of that, that was the reason why, according to Rav Ovadia Yosef, doesn't matter what you needed to do in the morning. If you have to go to the washroom, you wake up, you go to the washroom, and when you finish doing your necessities in the washroom, then you do Netilat Yadayim and you do a beracha on the Netilat Yadayim. Here in the footnote, he quotes that the Biur Halacha says no, because we're going like the Rosh. The Rosh says the main reason of Netilat Yadayim is for tefillah, and it's not only just because of the Bria Chadasha, and therefore you could still make the beracha. However, though, it's a little bit dachuk, because remember, even for Mincha, we also do Netilat Yadayim before the prayer of Mincha, but there's never a beracha over there. And the reason why is because it's not the ikar, making the meaning the doing Netilat Yadayim for preparing yourself for tefillah cannot be the ikar reason, cannot be the main reason. Because if that's the main reason, every time we come here for mincha, we should do Netilat Yadayim with the beracha. And we don't do that. There is an inyan of doing Netilat Yadayim, but not with the beracha. So it has to be that the main reason why you're doing a beracha is because of that you became a new creation. There was tumah on your hands, and now you wash your hands and you removed it from your hands. And that's the reason why, according to Rav Ovadia Yosef, so again, one more time, a person needs to go to the washroom. If he doesn't have the urge to go to the washroom, so then Rav Mazuz, Rav Ovadia, no, you make the beracha, you do Netilat Yadayim beracha, nothing more to talk about. If you do need to go to the washroom, so according to the Mishnah Brura, what you would do is do Netilat Yadayim once, go to the washroom, Netilat Yadayim second time, you make a beracha. According to Rav Mazuz, it depends, the Ish Matziach, it depends what you need to do, number one or number two. If it's number one, you go to the washroom, you do Netilat Yadayim, you make a beracha. If it's number two, like the Mishnah Brura. If it's going to be according to Rav Ovadia Yosef, what you do is that no, you go to the washroom, when you finish the washroom, you come out, you do Netilat Yadayim, you do the beracha, and then that's it. That's the way, right, that you're supposed to be doing it.